Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Onesie Piece Podcast. Wow. Welcome back to the Onesie Piece Podcast. Where two grown men in onesies complain about a cartoon. Argue about a cartoon. We don't complain. We never complain. That's too negative. We never complain. I don't know. Hi, I'm Wade. I've seen all of One Piece. Just once, though. I'm pretty into it. And that's the show. He's just... Thanks for coming today. What? Before the show, you made a joke. 1 minute before we began. And you said, what if I told you right now that I didn't watch any of the episodes? And I told you, well, we'd have to cancel. Which is true. We would have to cancel. It's not getting to me. What if I told you, live on the air, that I watched probably about 60 to 70% of them? I watched probably 60 to 70% of them. Well read. So, I was reading through them today. It's not wrong. You think it is. I feel like I'm a slow ass reader. It takes me a long time to get through this shit. But see, and you put yours on 1.5 times speed. And you cruise, man. You were going 2 times speed. I guarantee when you were doing 2 times, you were getting through them quicker than I was. Guarantee it. But now that we've buckled you down to 1.5, I digress. I dropped the ball. Yeah, who cares, right? Oh, shit. Dude. We might have to restart this. They might not have been able to hear you this entire time.
Me?
Yeah, let's restart.
Okay. Just me that could hear you, though?
Yeah, we don't need to restart. In
Okay.
post, I'll fix it for the YouTube channel. Nobody's even here right now, so we're just gonna pretend like nothing happened.
Okay.
Flow as normal.
Good deal. I like it. I like it.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I can't do 2 times speed anymore because Hulu doesn't have these episodes in the English dub.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. I was gonna ask you if you were officially on the sub again.
Yeah, I'm officially on the sub again, not through any choice of my own, but because I have no other choice. But otherwise, yes, I'm like on 1.5 speed by default, or if it's really dragging, I bump it up to 1.7.
Ooh, you get a 1.75. Look at
yeah.
you. Did you bump it up to 1.75 this week?
Most of the week, yes.
Come on, man! So, whilst I wasn't able to get through the last bit, I remember the gist of it. You're just gonna have to fill in the details a little bit.
Gladly. I have all the details.
Yeah, all of them. I know you do. As we just discussed, nothing but the greatest attention to detail by you.
Mm-hmm. Nothing but.
Nothing gets missed on 1.75 times speed.
Absolutely nothing.
So what'd you think of Skypea? Over. We're done. It's been 3 weeks in the making. What'd you think?
This was like the most Dragon Ball Z arc.
It was Dragon Ball Z-esque in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. It was mystical.
There was a lot of higher power going on. Higher power levels.
Yeah, and here at the end, last week you asked the fateful question. Does he actually think he's God, or is this a facade? And I said, right. I think it's a facade. But this week, I think I recant my statement. I think he actually thinks he's God.
Yeah, I think so too.
Some of the things he was saying there was, that is a power-hungry motherfucker.
Yeah, stable people don't say the kinds of things that he says.
Yeah. So he almost certainly believes that he is actually God.
Yes.
And so him getting punched a couple times in the face was a rough awakening.
Yep. I will say, turns out I was right.
Yeah! I thunderous applause for you.
Is that a
my
pun?
Friend. Sure it was. Yes. Damn. I'm clever. I don't even know it. You nailed it. I'm trying to remember if I saw it coming. I don't think I did. I don't think I predicted it when I was watching through. But what did you think? What did you think of that outcome to all of this?
So I definitely saw like Luffy's immunity to lightning. What I didn't see was that just allowing him to just punch him.
I had forgotten about that too, to be honest.
Yeah, because I figured you still can't punch lightning, you know?
Rubber.
If I were to throw like,
sense.
So if I were to throw a rubber ball at a lightning bolt, I would expect the rubber ball to just go through it.
Well, I mean, yeah, in the real world.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like that's just something I didn't see coming.
Yeah, that's fair. I did not expect it either, but it was
whatever.
satisfying.
What else I didn't see coming was God's ability to just metal bend gold.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if it makes any sense at all.
It doesn't.
It makes sense in that gold does indeed conduct electricity.
It does, but
And
so does like iron, I think.
Does gold conduct it more?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the big thing. But like, so I guess the idea, okay, I got it here. Hold on. The idea is that he can he can send his lightning through it, and since it conducts more than other irons, it heats up more, and therefore he can warp the gold to whatever he wants.
Sure, why not?
What's the melting point of gold versus iron? Is the next question. What is the melting point of gold and iron? So gold is 163 degrees Celsius, and iron is, more.
Okay.
That makes sense, because gold is weaker. So, I feel like that stands even more. Not only can he conduct more through gold, it melts at a lower temperature, so he can warp it easier than he could otherwise.
So it's a very fortunate thing that the ancient city wasn't coated in like aluminum.
Not fortunate. He specifically came here for the gold.
But I'm saying like aluminum is weaker than gold, so aluminum melts even quicker.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying he came here specifically for the gold. If it was a city of aluminum, he wouldn't have come. There might be a city of aluminum somewhere on the planet.
That's
and
like
he
3 arcs
specifically
from now.
chose not to go to that one. So, we got that.
Yep.
What I enjoyed about the fight, I thought it was a pretty good fight, all things considered. I feel like it was one of the better ones. It was fun. I liked that God... So I figured... Because I didn't fully remember this fight completely. I had it in my head that Luffy punches him and he's just like a sniveling little baby about it and runs away, essentially. Mm-hmm. But he actually holds his own. Luffy punches him and he is actually like... He knows how to actually fight. It's not just like his weakness was revealed and he was like completely helpless. Like
right.
He found a counter to Luffy still. He could still burn him. He could stab him. He was doing all this shit to do whatever he could to Luffy.
Yeah.
So he's a powerful dude, even when you take the lightning away. The lightning just kind of elevates him to the next level, which, I don't know, I enjoyed. I thought that was...
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fun.
The action was cool.
The action was pretty good.
Yeah.
This fight or crocodile fight? Last crocodile fight. When Luffy uses his own blood to punch Crocodile in the face.
Probably crocodile fight over this one.
Yeah, I can agree.
There was just more at stake with the crocodile fight.
Yes, I agree. And that, we talked about it last week.
And my God, did it just like shine in these final episodes. I was like, you're alive. You're alive. You're alive.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Everyone survived everything.
It is... I remember the Alabasta one being frustrating with Pell.
That was just Pell. Yeah.
Well, Igorao too.
All right, like maybe like 3 or 4 people. This is like an entire like civilization that was like wiped out, but then like, oh, they just pulled through. Everyone was just like blasted with lightning.
So many people.
In some cases, like 3 times.
Who got blasted 3 times?
Wiper, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And Zoro.
Yeah. Well, Zoro's a strong motherfucker. So.
Yeah.
But no, I feel it, and how can you be smitten but not be smitted?
Right. His entire like concept of power is elevated and held up by this concept that he can smite people. But apparently he can't smite shit.
Yeah, and apparently everybody can just live through it without issue. So...
What a waste of time.
It is unbelievably frustrating. I agree with you there. But who knows what the future holds, am I right?
Probably another big bad guy with a seemingly unsurmountable power who seemingly kills a handful or more people, but they're all right. And then Luffy struggles with him at first, finds a weakness in his armor, defeats him, and they go on their merry way is what I predict for the future.
Their merry way? The going merry? Oh boy. We have fun here. We have fun. Yeah, I mean, I suppose at the very least, presumably all of the dudes he killed in his army died, maybe?
Maybe we even see some goat people get back up and walk around at some point.
So I'll admit, I don't know. I pretty much made it up to the end of, what's his face? The liar, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
His story. And I believe after that, shit hits the fan a little bit more because it, like, ends with lightning coming down and, like, they're all running for their lives, and then it goes into the flashback.
Yeah, there's like, he's, like, he's nickel and diming away the cloud land.
Okay, yeah, that's what So he destroys the cloud land in the end, though, right? And then they all have to live on the land. That's how
he brings down the spirit bomb and destroys the cloud city. And then everyone's just like, yo, someone rang the bell. We're all friends again.
Yeah, somebody rings the bell. Everybody's happy. And you get to see the big shadow in the sky.
Yeah, and it's Luffy.
And it's fucking Luffy jumping through the air. Yeah. I remember that vividly. Which brings us full circle back to the beginning of the Jaya arc when they saw the giants on the horizon. It
was just someone standing up there. They were just like looking over like,
what's going
we
on?
are particularly high today.
It wasn't giants at all.
Nope.
What'd you think of that?
I was like, okay, that's something, I guess.
It's fun. Brought it full circle.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, so I mean that's the gist of the arc. Let's start going through some of these panels here.
Yeah, dude. Let's hit the important moments.
The important moments. So I got 3 panels here that are not from this week. That I think got lost in last week's. This one is worthless.
Okay.
I don't know why I screen capped it. Probably just to. I think it was probably just to because Usopp says that that's the city of gold, El Dorado, whatever. This one's interesting. This is an Oda question, which I haven't.
That's Vivi.
That's Vivi.
Is that topless Nami too?
That's topless. That's a scantily clad Nami, and that's Nami's sister.
Okay.
But that's not what we're not just looking at the pictures
So
here.
this question corner is for the ladies.
Sure. It's for whoever's interested. It's to show you that Oda has an astute attention to detail at certain times.
Okay.
So,
make your case.
A fan writes in on his question corner and says, "Hey, I noticed that before Arlong Park, Nami didn't have this bracelet on her hand, but afterwards she always wears it. Even when she's in the bath, she has it on at all times. That's why the scantily clad picture of her, because she always has this bracelet on." And he's like, "Did her sister give it to her?" And he says, "Yes. When she left Arlong Park, her and Nojiko have a moment at the very end, and after that moment, Nami is always wearing this bracelet, and Nojiko's bracelet that was on her arm is no longer there."
Oh, okay.
It's pretty fun.
But there's no reason for Vivi to be there?
No, it's just the question corner.
Okay.
Well,
that's nice, yeah.
He usually just has, you know,
I don't remember
picture up there.
I don't remember seeing that happening.
Exactly, because they didn't draw attention to it at all. I didn't even know about it till this. So it was like they had a moment, him and Nojiko did, but they never mentioned that she gave her the bracelet.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool that he, like, in the background has these moments happening.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool little thing. So it makes you wonder what else is going on in the background besides Panda Man. Turns out Panda Man has an adversary. I don't know if this is true in the anime.
Really?
There's another question corner where there's a guy, whenever Panda Man appears, there's always another guy back there. They always appear together. And Oda explains that that's some dude who's chasing Panda Man down because Panda Man owes him money.
What the hell?
So the Panda Man lore gets deep, man.
Man, deep panda lore.
I thought that was fun. So it's like a secret on top of a secret.
Yeah.
In this one, they're making rock stew. Oh, I remember this one. I just wanted to talk about how kawaii Nami is with glasses.
That's Nami?
That's Nami. She's
I didn't even realize.
Glass on, and it is cute as hell.
Yeah, she is cute.
And I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay.
Nami with glasses in little pigtails. I guess that's my wife. This was a cool moment.
I remember this moment.
She brought out a bazooka.
Yeah, she just had that.
Yeah. I don't know where she got it, but it's a flame bazooka. And she is holding it like just a total badass.
I don't think it would be that effective holding it that way.
She's going to blast him with flame. What do you mean?
She's like holding it behind her back.
Yeah, so she can like rest her back on it.
But wouldn't the weight like pull her back and she'd fall?
No, she's strong. You're underestimating her strength. This is to show you what a badass she is.
Okay. How do you aim that? You can't aim that.
Well, he's like an inch in front of her. Look.
If he were like 50 yards away, would she still aim like that?
No, she'd do it over.
I think she would. I think she would.
I think she was in a panic and she flipped it around like a badass and said, "This is pretty good." Tomato Gang is Panda Guy's adversary. Thank you, BMO Jr. Yes, Tomato Gang is after Panda Man. I hope it goes deeper as the time goes on. I hope there's even more.
Tomato Gang implies that there's like an institution or an organization that's like after Panda Man.
Exactly. He owes the mafia money. Is kind of my understanding.
Panda Man is some deep shit.
Panda Man don't fucking care.
He had to leave his wife and family behind.
He might have. He might have said that. Who knows? Oh, let's see. What's going on here? A whole lot of shit.
Someone's yelling.
Oh, I remember what this was. This was a interesting take that I didn't really pick up on until this moment. But they say, why would the Kami do that? Kami? I think it's Kami. Isn't the Kami supposed to protect us?
Oh, God. It's God.
It's God. It's God.
Yeah.
Sorry. They say God. Yeah, in yours, they just say God, probably.
Yeah.
It kind of... Because even though they were all living in fear, in a way, because he could smite you at any time, which you'd be fine, but the point stands.
Just lay there for 5 minutes and then walk it off.
Yeah, and then walk it off. You're fine. It's just a lightning bolt. But, so even though they were living in fear, they were still, like, kind of brainwashed in this way that they thought God was actually, like, protecting them this whole time. I thought that was an interesting
They
thing.
had, like, a more grounded concept of God. Like, they understood him for being, like, this, like, not necessarily a deity, but just their leader, their mayor is... God was just like the title of their government, like their head of office.
Kinda, yeah.
We see it in the flashback when the island lands on the giant beanstalk, which is
oh, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
What?
Yeah, because we were asking last week. We were like, why can the land float? It's because it lands on the giant beanstalk. I never thought about it.
I assumed it just like landed on solid cloud.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess, yeah, it just pinned itself onto the beanstalk.
It's just perfectly balanced.
Yeah. But anyway, so why was the beanstalk up there? Is side thought. Side thought.
Why does the
Disregard
beanstalk
that.
exist at all?
Like, so the island lands, and then God is this big Humpty Dumpty man.
Oh my God, I'm so mad I missed this part.
And they're like, him and his cronies are just like, I am God. This is my land now. Get off, you natives. And then it just like cuts. And it's presumed that they battle. And the Shandarians lose.
But yeah, didn't the Shandarians were already like worshiping God hardcore.
Yeah, they regarded God as like a deity, but there was no connection between their God and their concept of God.
No, there was the snakes.
Well, no, I'm saying there's no connection between all of them and the cloud angel people. Like, they have different concepts of God.
Right. Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah. So like to the Shandarians, God is like a deity manifested into a snake. And to the angel people, God is a person presumably elected.
Not elected. That dude came in with force and just lightning bolted everything until he got his way. Definitely not elected.
It is a mortal being
who is stronger than everyone else there.
Who tells him what to do.
Yeah, it's very communist-esque.
Yeah.
Just
very fascist.
Yeah, very fascist. But I mean, takes to the next level, because if you do anything wrong, I can hear you and I will zap you with lightning.
Are we ever going to see that power again?
Well, maybe, maybe not. He flies away on his ship.
But like through other people. Like, we've only ever seen Mantra with the angels.
The Mantra.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Is that a no? That's a no, isn't it?
Why do you want to see it again? What did you think of Mantra?
I thought it was dumb.
You thought it was dumb. So you're hoping we don't ever see Mantra again.
I'm hoping we don't ever see Mantra again, and I'm suspecting we don't ever see Mantra again.
You think Mantra is gone out?
It was a gimmick for the arc to explain how God can, like, and his cronies can see the future and be omnipresent and potent and all that.
Yeah, it was just a way for them to be able to like keep tags on everybody.
Yeah, it existed because the concept of the theme needed it to exist.
Yeah. We'll just have to see. Will Mantra come back? We'll put up a straw poll. Everybody else knows. They've probably all watched it. Oh, yeah, to the moon. He's off to the moon, isn't he?
I kind of got that thing, or like that vibe. Like, does he mean the moon?
He's going to the moon, man.
He can't make it. He's gonna die.
He's fine. He doesn't need to breathe. He's lightning. Lightning doesn't need to breathe.
Does rubber need to breathe?
No. I don't
Luffy
know,
needs
man.
to breathe.
I've never seen Luffy get suffocated before.
He was drowning in the Arlong Park.
Yeah, but that's because
He couldn't breathe.
that's because the water zaps your powers and turns you back human.
So if we were to throw, what's his name? Amoeba, Enola, Inaru.
Naru, Eminem.
Eminem. If we were to take Inaru and just put him in water, would he suffocate?
He would drown.
Okay, but going into
Seawater.
space is fine?
He'd have to, he'd have seawater specifically.
Okay, so he can still like take a bath.
Anybody who has devil fruit powers, you can still like take a bath. Anybody who has devil fruit powers, seawater will turn you back human, essentially. So if you dropped him in the ocean, that's how you kill him. He would just drown if nobody saved him. Digman's saying it's all water, but we'll talk about that later. If it's all water, I got some bones to pick with the series.
Like Luffy's trying to drink, and then the water touches his lips, and he just goes limp.
I will bring a PowerPoint presentation next week. All the times Luffy's touched water and been fine. But yeah, if I'm sticking to seawater. It's a certain amount of water required.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here we go.
We're getting into that like we're splitting hairs to justify this series.
Yeah, the seawater makes more sense to me. At least it's got like salt and shit in it. You know? There's a differentiation between seawater and normal water, and I will accept that. But when you start saying like if it's raining it doesn't count, it's kind of like, come on.
I don't think Luffy would be able to swim in like a pond though,
I think
like
that's
a
what it
freshwater
was.
pond.
I think at one time it was raining. He wouldn't be able to swim in a pond. He would drown in there too, by this logic. So I think Oda said waist deep. So waist deep of water. That's the law. I mean, that's official, regardless of what I think of it.
Waist deep water.
Luffy arrives to fight Eminem. Pretty cool moment. Luffy's all ripped up, tattered. Nami's happy to see him.
Yep. This is pre Gold Ball.
This is pre Gold Ball. Gold Ball, huh? Yeah. What'd you think of Gold Ball?
God.
We'll talk about Gold Ball in a bit. We'll get there. Okay. So here's a moment, and this is one of the things I want you to keep in mind going forward, because this is good. This is good. Although, well, we technically didn't know if Luffy was alive or dead, but knowing as we know, Luffy wasn't about to die. Like, let's be real.
Right.
And we know he's rubber, so he's fine. But Nami in this moment did not fucking know that. And she genuinely thought, and you can tell by looking at her face here in the bottom panel, that Luffy just got zapped into fucking extinction. Which is powerful. I don't know. Oda just does a really good job at drawing horror on people's faces. And this one got me. Nami thought she just saw Luffy get disintegrated. Thoughts?
I mean, but she already knew that he was immune to lightning.
No, she didn't know that. This was the first hit. So this was the second hit. The first hit
Missed.
missed. It didn't, but that's like they thought it did. And then this
Right.
was the second
Okay.
hit where like he just went like power to the wazoo. He just upped the ante all the way and just gave him the what for.
Okay.
So, just a fun little moment. Just keep in mind that although we see the plot armor, the characters don't. We got to feel for them a little bit.
But it's hard to...
I'm back.
I guess it's just hard for me to like keep that distinction because if we were to just analyze the vehicle of storytelling,
That's
we are what?
That is a sentence.
I know, right?
Okay.
We are told a story directly by. Well, let's figure this out because I'm not claiming to be the be all end all, like know it all on this.
Okay.
So when we are being told a story, we are being told it through narration or through the eyes of the characters, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, and One Piece in general, it's through the eyes of the characters pretty much predominantly, right?
Yeah. I'd say so. Definitely.
So when what we know and what the characters know don't align, it can create an interesting conflict unless it's something, in my opinion, something like this. Because we know Luffy's fine, Nami doesn't. So where's the we know he's gonna get right back up. So where's the tension for us? We can see the tension between Nami, but that doesn't matter. Like when we're being told a story, we want to feel the tension and the emotion and the pressure and like all that.
I would argue I wish I had come with like sources. Because
because I feel like I'm talking out my ass to justify why I didn't care about what was going on.
I would argue that you can have a story where we as the viewers, even if it's mainly from the character's perspective, where we as the viewers know something. I don't know. See, it's kind of the opposite though. We as the viewers know something that the characters don't know. But usually it's like we know death is coming and they don't know. This is like the reverse. They don't know. Or we know Luffy's gonna be fine, but she doesn't know. So it's like, that I think is where it gets lost a little bit. Because in the other way, we know death is coming and they don't know, and we're in a panic.
Yeah, because we're hoping the characters find out soon.
Yes. And so in this case, it gets lost a little bit. But I still think there's something to feel for the characters in the story.
Yeah, so I'll agree with you there. Like, if it's a character that, we genuinely care about and, like, care for the well-being for, then just basic empathy will allow us to, like, feel that emotion through them, right?
Right.
I guess I don't give a shit about Nami. Is the conclusion I'm coming to here.
I think that is the conclusion, yes. I swear I just heard a voice behind me.
I'm pretty sure I saw like a little face looking through that hole there behind you.
Are you laying on the ground over there? Does she have headphones in? What is happening? Hold on. Oh, she's okay. God, that scared me. It's just my girlfriend. She has headphones in and can't hear me.
Way too fucking long. I thought it was gonna take 20 minutes. Took 45.
That's
another bird massacred another bird in our backyard. There's feathers and blood.
A bird got massacred in our backyard?
Yeah. I saw
Let's talk about this.
Something big eating something. I'm like, oh, it's eating this plant.
What was it? What was eating it?
Some bigger bird ate another
bigger bird ate the little bird.
There's feathers.
Oh my God.
If you were to open that door on our garage to go into the backyard, right there.
There's
all
just
these feathers.
and blood?
I didn't look too close because I didn't want to get queasy.
Oh my God. There's a bird fight in our backyard and the big bird won.
Our patio because I just shoveled all that out.
Okay.
So
All right.
we might be grilling.
We might be grilling in the midst of a winter storm.
Oh boy, I have this image of like Sesame Street Big Bird just ripping
Punching.
apart, just yeah.
Just beating the shit out of this little. Stop it, man! It's what would happen to Panda Man if Tomato Gang could just catch up.
This week's word is brutality.
Brutality. Damn. This week's word is battery. Regardless, Nami's freaked out. All right, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, okay. So here's oh no, that was the very first one. So even better. This wasn't the one that this was the very first blow. So Nami straight up had no idea about any of this. She thought Luffy got disintegrated right in front of her eyes. So learn to have a heart.
I guess. You're right.
I know I'm right. Poor Nami doesn't deserve this. Oh, he gives him a good kick to the face. That's pretty cool. Sure. What I need to do, it's too much work. I don't care. Never mind. Fuck it. What I was going to say is what I need to do is I need to get rid of all the words I don't care about and only keep the words I do. Because I find myself like looking through these, but God, that sucks. I don't have time.
No, don't do that, dog.
Yeah.
I
really hated this moment.
Okay, let's elaborate.
Nami's like freak. I mean, I kind of respect it. I guess I didn't hate it that much. Luffy, I'm just not used to Luffy being quite this harsh. Nami's all freaking out and scared shitless of this guy. And doesn't know what to do. And Luffy just calmly is like, you're a crew member of the future king of the pirates. Stop looking so pathetic.
He's like actually acting like a captain with some authority.
Kinda. Yeah, like he's like, seriously, Nami, shut the fuck up. We're gonna beat this guy.
This is kind of how I want him to be like all the time.
Yeah. So I say I hate it. You say you like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I dig it.
The
I
more
want
I'm
him,
looking at it,
I want him to punish me.
You want him to punish me? No, I think I'm fine with it. I think I'm fine with it because Nami wasn't.
Oh, Luffy.
Oh, Luffy. Oh, please. Oh, Luffy.
Punish me.
He can give you some Gomu Gomu no whip to your ass.
Oh, Gomu Gomu whip me, Luffy. Tell me I'm pathetic.
All right, so if I'm understanding this correctly, this might just be some character development happening.
Just maybe. It all depends on if it lasts.
I would say that Luffy of old compared to Luffy of new is a different Luffy.
I would say marginally, yeah, that tracks.
You think he's more bearable? Do you agree?
Yeah, he's more bearable. I would attribute that to there being more crew members, and so focus is drawn away from him to like give some other people time in the spotlight.
Okay.
And so we're not seeing as much of him, and so he's more bearable.
All right, so maybe it's a good thing though.
Yes,
that's fair. That's fair. But in this moment,
he's acting like he should act.
In Jaya, although it confused you, he had a moment where he was like, "Let's not fight." That was very captainly in a weird roundabout kind of way.
Kinda.
And so we've had the Jaya arc now, and now we're into the Skypiea arc, and he's done two things that could be presumably seen as character development. So maybe it's beginning to last.
Maybe. I'd love it if that were the case.
We'll just have to see what happens in the next arc.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's becoming more bearable. That brings tears to my eyes when you say he's more bearable. Regardless of the why.
He is marginally less unbearable.
I think calling his ship Deathpea has got to be the stupidest name I've ever heard in my entire life.
100%. Like, okay, Deathpea. Let's all get on board Deathpea and listen to My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. What did you do? Did you sit in your chair for 3 seconds to come up with this name? Like, come on, man. Well, this is Skypiea, and I like death. What just... Is it called something better in the translation? Because...
No. It's not.
I mean, in Japanese, is it called Deathpea?
Oh, I see. Like, is Deathpea like a lost in translation
yeah,
kind of
it's
thing?
just like something. But Digman is saying no, it's Deathpea.
It's Deathpea. How stupid.
What a dumb name. Oh, so, I mean, whatever. This was funny. Luffy just turns his brain off so he can't read it.
This was so dumb.
It was good.
I hated it. That was stupid.
Look at his face.
Yeah, I already hate looking at Luffy's face, and now he pulls this shit.
I think there's some logic to it, though. He, like, turned off his brain, but his fighting instinct still kicked in, so he could dodge. But he just wasn't thinking.
You could still, like, punch, too. He had attack and offense, or defense and offense.
Did he? In the manga specifically, in like the next panel, he says, but I can't attack when I'm doing that.
I don't remember that being the case. I'm pretty sure he could still like deflect and punch or whatever. He does this stupid thing called gum golden daffodil or something like that. Peony. The golden peony. Where he's just flinging this golden ball everywhere.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe it did happen, actually, because I didn't make it to that point, because I'm a bad host.
And before the golden ball,
with the golden ball, I take it.
Oh, he was doing the ricochet thing. That's how he was attacking.
Yeah.
Before he got the gold ball, he was just shooting his hands at the walls and hoping that it eventually leads to him.
Yeah. I mean, that's... When a dude can read your mind, that's kind of smart.
I guess I don't understand how the mantra works then. Is he literally reading people's minds, or is he like...
They make it sound like he is straight up able to read their mind.
But it's a hearing thing.
Well, yeah. I guess you can also hear voices. I don't fully understand how the mantra works either. On one hand, they say it's like hearing the world. On the other hand, they're reading the minds of the people in the world. It kind of feels like mantra can just do whatever they needed to do in the moment.
Exactly.
I don't disagree with it. Mantra's stupid. Oh, this is Nami standing up for herself and about to get fucking zapped.
Yep.
So
she's like,
this is after the gold ball debacle. Luffy gets punted off the ship with a giant gold ball attached to him. Falls down to earth, but he's made of rubber. He's fine, everybody. Sanji and Usopp come to save the day, and this is when Nami says her thing, but luckily Sanji and Usopp are on board, and Nami deflects the lightning with her lightning ball.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
She brings out her god weapon and
her god weapon. It's a weather weapon. It lines up. It's not just a do everything weapon.
It is a do everything weapon.
It is specifically weather related, and it has done nothing but weather related things. And lightning is weather related, so don't you dare. I agree that the weapon's kind of stupid, but it lines up with the logic of what we've been presented with thus far.
All right.
And so she deflects his lightning, and he says, I just need to hit you with stronger lightning, and you can't deflect it.
The logic is not flawed.
That logic is not flawed, though, because it was just a small piece of lightning. I mean...
No, I'm saying the logic's not flawed.
It sounds like you're saying it sarcastically.
I didn't... I didn't mean it to be.
Oh, okay.
I think One Piece just gets me into that kind of tone.
Okay, so you're saying legitimately that actually lines up.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Because I think it does too, but then again, I'm not smart enough to explain why. So
I don't think anyone's smart enough to understand lightning.
no, that doesn't exist in the world.
Nope.
What even is lightning?
I don't know. Quit lying to me. Quit
What's-
saying words that don't exist.
All right, okay, we're moving on. Usopp gets zapped.
Here's about Usopp. Move
Oh
on.
no, Usopp blasts him in the face with the thing. Honestly, I was kind of impressed with the crew here in the end. They were showing themselves, even against this super powerful dude, that they couldn't handle their own. They couldn't go one-on-one with him, but they were doing things to slow him down and kind of make their escape a little bit. You got Nami deflecting the lightning, which was cool. You got Usopp coming in and blasting him in the face with a bomb, and then running away, but then immediately deciding not to run away because that's what he does every single time.
Yep.
But this one was God, so character development. He's never fought God before. And even against God, he turned back around. Now that's
Good job,
courageous.
Usopp. Usopp just in general annoyed me this entire arc.
It's funny because Usopp is annoying me less than he did my first watch of this. I thought
It's
Usopp did
strange
well.
how we're like inverting now. We started this and you hated Usopp.
I did. I really
I didn't
hated
mind him. And the further I see of Usopp, the more I get pissed off every time I see him. And he's growing on you apparently.
And the more I see him, I'm like, I don't remember Usopp doing that. I was impressed with little old Usopp there. I was impressed with little old Usopp coming out, blasting with the ball, and then Usopp immediately. Oh, this is. I just take this as it shows that the crew is actually getting a little bit stronger. So Usopp does a triple backflip to dodge the lightning bolt in front of him.
What? He didn't do that in the show.
That's what he's doing here. Do I have the next panel too? Yeah, here he goes.
I do not
He
remember him doing a
flips
triple
through
black
the
flip.
sky to dodge the lightning bolt and then lands. Which again, he definitely can't take the guy on, but he dodged it, and while kind of ridiculous, I think it was a way of showing that Usopp is actually getting stronger.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. He was able to dodge his lightning bolt. He can flip through the sky with the greatest of ease. Usopp's got it all.
I guess. Ugh.
And
You're
then,
so
yeah, his Usopp voodoo. He immediately goes into Usopp voodoo.
Usopp. I don't even care. Move on.
He says things to you that makes you shiver. He says a needle gets stuck underneath your
Oh
fingernail.
yeah.
Ugh. It does make me shiver a little bit when I think about it. In the moment I was just reading it and it wasn't registering, but when you really think about it, it really does make you shiver a little bit there, Usopp.
I remember him doing that.
Anyway, Sanji comes out. Nami and Usopp get the hell out of there on their rider. And Usopp gets zapped. Or not Usopp. Sanji gets zapped with lightning and has a pretty badass moment. Cheesy.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
pretty badass.
Gets a one-liner in. He gets a nice one-liner
He
in.
gets a nice one-liner. So
He's okay, of course, because anyone can survive lightning.
he's fine.
but
Yes, he's fine.
He
But he
just
gets a nice
take a
one.
breather.
Usopp stuck around to get him off, so he's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets zapped with lightning, and he's just standing there. And then just says, I was just thinking how I wanted a light. And then immediately collapses. Oh, he says drop dead. And then collapses. Which is fun. I think it was fun. I was expecting him to like kick him or fight or do something, but it's like, no, the lightning bolt at least rendered him useless. He got one-liner off and collapsed.
That's all he needed, really.
That's all he needed. Sanji's an interesting character in all this, and I'll tell you why. It's hard. I get it. The pervy thing is annoying. and it is overbearing at times. So I agree that I hate it. And I think Sanji would be such a good character without it.
I agree.
I think Sanji would be an amazing character without it because he knows how to fight, he's smart, and he's kind of a badass. But he just is constantly talking about Nami's boobs and, like, just doing all this goofy shit and pervy shit that just takes away from his character so fucking hard. So...
I would even dial back on the food puns.
The food puns are fine. How dare you? The food puns are understandable though, because he's a cook. At least it lines up.
I'm a consultant, and I never make consulting puns.
Maybe you should start. Maybe you're a bad consultant.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the conclusion we should
lighten
draw.
up the room a little bit if you made some consulting puns every once in a while. But we have Sanji, who doesn't really do that much. But when he does, it's usually pretty powerful stuff. So in this case, Usopp immediately... It's also weird because it kind of goes against his character. And if the pervy thing wasn't there, it wouldn't. So his character is like, he just wants to protect Nami and save Nami, right? But they get on the ship, and the first thing he does is not go save Nami. Usopp goes to save Nami. Sanji does the smart move and goes to the ship's engine and starts messing with the gears and shit so the ship falls down, which is a great move. It's a good move.
That's clever.
It's very clever.
It's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do, which is why it's so cool. But it also like collides with this "I need to protect Nami all the time" kind of thing that he always has. Simping for Nami all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So, but every time shit comes up, Sanji seems to have a plan.
Like he's quick on his feet.
Yeah.
Like back in whatever, when we first discovered, like, I think it was the wax person arc. He was like always separated from the group, and he comes up across this hut with a phone in it, with a phone snail, and he gets a call. And he answers the phone, and the guy on the other end's talking about him and his crew. So obviously he's like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. I'm gonna assume you're against me, so I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly. And he straight up said the Straw Hats are dead. It was a Crocodile he was talking to.
Yeah.
And so from that point forward, until Crocodile saw them, he thought they were dead.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty badass move. Very
seriously,
cool.
If he would have just dropped the perv shit and food puns, he'd be a great character.
He would be a great character. On top of that, when everybody was trapped, remember when they ran into Crocodile's base and then there was the sign saying pirates this way? They said, well, we're pirates. We got to go. And they got trapped because of it. Sanji and Chopper, or maybe, I think it was Sanji and Chopper, but were the only two that didn't get captured and came in clutch to save the day. Sanji comes there and beats the crap out of Wax Dude and makes him make a wax key so that they can get out. So it's like 3 times now he's had these clutch plays where he's really been kind of apart from the group, and he comes in and kind of saves the day by being, you know, a badass and thinking it through, not just going with his gut. He actually has like a plan.
Could you imagine if every character just thought things through? That'd be amazing.
I think it's fine if every character thought things through. It might be a little bland. You need people like Luffy who just run and gun, you know?
Whatever. All right, we're close. Let's talk about the ending of this arc.
Yeah. So let's. Wait, yeah. We could talk. Yeah, here we go. Everything's colliding. Wiper's fine because, of course, he is. Everybody's freaking out. Oh, and now we're into the
flashback.
Into the flashback, which we didn't really go into too much. What'd you think of the flashback? Real quick.
It was neat. I didn't mind it. I think it was neat getting like that little context as to how everything began and kicked off. Yeah, I enjoy that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I like the flashback a lot. Answered some questions. You got to see a little bit because we got the Nolan the Liar, which was like a really, really, really condensed version of what this was, and so to see that like expanded upon now, and
yeah,
see how it actually went down was really cool.
yeah, I dug it.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. All right, cool. Oh, also, I want to talk about real quick snake gods.
Snake gods. All right.
You know them, you love them. This backstory had snake gods galore. So
This backstory had everything.
You had this snake guy who gets his head chopped off. Turns out he had a son who gets stabbed in the brain. And it turns out that guy had a son. That snake had a son. So it was the grandchild of the snake god. And he was a little tiny baby snake. And every single time the bell would ring, that snake would jiggy, jiggy, jiggy dance and be happy as hell.
Yep.
And last week in the podcast, we were talking about the giant snake, and obviously we could have put together that probably the little snake is the big snake.
Yeah.
And that was pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
But there was that one moment, which I still don't have a screen cap of, when the bell fucking rang and the giant snake just started jigging away. And he was happy as all could be, and then a Nero comes down and zaps him.
Did the bell ring?
Mm-hmm.
So what? Really? I don't remember the bell ringing.
I think it must have rang. Why?
It must have.
Why
Yeah.
Would he jiggy?
So yeah, it must have rang. So the bell, the snake would have jiggied. But if that's the case, why was Luffy in such like a determined state to ring the bell if it already rang?
He wanted to ring it personally, probably.
What difference does it make?
He's Luffy.
So there is no difference.
No. What? Okay. So tell me how the arc ended, because I don't. Again, how did Luffy want to ring this bell? What went down?
Luffy wants to ring the bell to alert everyone down there that hey, this thing, the land is real, but it's up in the sky, not down below the ocean. But if it rang already, then that's pointless. They would have heard it already. He doesn't need to ring it again.
Well, maybe it didn't ring quite loud enough. I mean, you'd have to ring it pretty loud to get it all the way down there.
Presumably, but if like that's never been an issue with like any other times it rang, like the intensity of the ring, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like it just needs to ring. That's the goal. That's the condition.
Well, no, the condition is it needs to ring loud enough for them to hear it.
I think that's dumb.
How is that dumb? That's literally how noise works.
But I mean, like, okay, so last week the bell rings.
Uh-huh.
How would any of them know, like, wait, that wasn't loud enough. We need to ring it again.
I don't know.
Louder.
All right. I mean, that nobody was looking to I mean, regardless, you better believe Luffy's going to ring that bell as hard as he can to alert them down below, even if they heard it the last time.
All I'm saying is if it already rang, we as an audience should feel justified in believing that they heard it down there.
All right. I'm going to write this down, and we're going to talk about it next week. And we're going to see exactly how it happened with the snake doing the jig.
Okay. Because I don't think the bell rang last week. Is why I'm getting at it.
You might be right. I'm just trying to figure out why the snake was doing its jig. Maybe it was just because he was in the area of the bell. Maybe it just... I think you might be right. I think they landed in the Gold City and, like... Maybe even in the flashback he didn't dance when the bell rang. Maybe he just would dance with them.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him, like, moving a lot. Like, kind of... He was jigging. He was jigging. Regardless,
I just loved it. I just love that you see the little snake jigging, and that's the moment you're like, that is 100% the snake, because he jiggied.
It's nice that you can make that connection, but just in case, they tell you anyway. Because, like, the very next line of dialogue is, like, I think Kalgura saying, like, You are not as big as your grandfather, but perhaps in 400 years you will be.
Nah.
Thanks.
I mean, they're not explicitly saying it.
They're explicitly saying it.
You know what they explicitly didn't say?
What?
Nojiko gave Nami a little bracelet that she wears all around now.
That's true. That's true. I think
anyway,
if I think I would prefer it if they just traded those moments. Like if they would trade the little meaningful moments with the in your face, on the cheek, like needless moments, I'd be happy with that.
All right. Well, fair enough.
All right. So they ring the bell. Everyone down there is like, "Oh,
yeah,
it's in the sky."
Sorry, I got it here. There he is.
Yeah.
Sha-la-la. So he is dancing at the ringing of the bell, but
Yeah. So yeah, Luffy rings the bell. Everyone down there is like, "Oh, everything we looked for is in the sky, apparently." And then what's his name? Minoru Eminem just sort of drifts off towards the moon.
To the moon! And then Luffy's shadow casts across the sky.
Yes.
The end. Is that the last thing that happened?
No. They are partying for days, and then
That's about right.
they're like everyone's like made peace, and they're gonna give the Straw Hats a big fucking pillar of gold. But before they do, Luffy wakes everyone up, and he's like, "Let's steal gold and get out of here."
Very pirate thing to do.
Yeah, it is. I appreciated that.
Let's steal gold and get out of here. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
And so they do. They get out of there. They go off the edge of the clouds, and this big octopus picks them up and drift. But then the octopus is losing air,
Oh no.
and they fall.
Oh
And
no.
they land in water.
Oh, thank God. There was water down there.
But then a whole bunch of Marines swarm them.
Yep.
And then that's where it ends.
What a cliffhanger.
Yeah, right?
So, that's how it ends. We are into the G8 filler. In the
G8
manga, they just drift on down. They land in the ocean and they continue on their journey. In the anime, they land in this military base, which is completely filler. But this, and I told you this at the beginning, there's one filler arc that fans absolutely adore that we are going to watch together, because I skipped it on my first run because I saw filler and just figured no need. So I skipped it, so we're both going to be watching it blind.
Oh.
Yeah. So next week, we're into the G8 filler arc. I think it's only like 8-10 episodes.
Oh, okay,
something
cool.
like
Yeah, I'm
that.
down for that. Why is it called G8?
I don't know. I'm going to assume it's like the section of the military or something. It's like the G8 base or something.
All
But
right.
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Fine by me.
So I couldn't. Maybe because it's great. G8.
We're trying to entertain people, Wade. We're trying to entertain people.
You know, you just don't appreciate puns. I think you just hate all puns.
How dare I love puns.
Then why don't you love Sanji?
Because his are weak.
Oh, weak puns, weak food puns. All right, well, we're gonna watch that one. What's that one anime about fighting food?
Fighting food on?
Yeah, we'll watch that one. That one's probably got food puns up the butthole.
I remember being a child and just doing everything I could to stay away from that show.
We're gonna have to watch Fighting Food Odds. I think that's the determining factor right there. All right, everybody, that's the Skypiea finale. What would you rate Skypiea?
4,
4 out of 10?
20 maybe.
It was a long arc.
It was long. It was arguably pretty pointless.
It was long. It was arduous. And arguably pretty pointless. They did round it off in the end a little bit. Going back to Nolan the Liar kind of brought it back down to earth a little bit and connected it at least to the beginning of Jaya with with that story and also with like Luffy's shadow and seeing the shadow people. So there was like a full circle kind of moment.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm inclined to agree with you that Skypiea kind of fucking sucks. Oh! I will say Dig said last week that the reason why Skypiea is so good is because of this last third. Don't totally agree with it, but I will say...
Is it solely because they have a Dragon Ball Z fight?
I think it's probably because of the rubber fight. He probably likes the Nolan the Liar stuff and how it all kind of comes together. But the fight's pretty fun. The fight's unique. Yeah. I do like the fight.
Yeah, the fight's
I like
fine.
that they introduced this really powerful dude. They did a couple things with it, and they found this unique way to kind of wrap it all up. That presumably, this wasn't like an on-the-cuff thing. This was planned from the beginning. Rubber versus lightning. Oda knew where he was going with this. And that's probably why he made him so fucking strong. But also, it shows that devil fruits have, like, counters in other devil fruits. It shows that there's potential for devil fruits to have weaknesses to other devil fruits. Such as this. Which is a fun concept.
But I don't feel like that's a concept that really needs to be illustrated. Like, if someone's made of rubber and someone's made of lightning, do we need an entire arc to devote to the concept, or like to devote to illustrating that devil fruits can have counters?
Well, that's not the only thing.
It's the only thing. Like, what did we get out of Skypiea that we'll be taking along with us the rest of the journey?
We found out that the Shandians did in fact have wings 400 years ago.
Who cares?
Yeah, I agree. We found out that Eminem's going to the moon. That could have some disastrous consequences.
I hope. I sincerely hope that has consequences that we face later, or else this was an entire waste of time.
We'll just have to wait and see.
And you know what makes me a little angry? Had Luffy decided not to go up there, had they just skipped this entirely, he'd have been in the moon anyway. They didn't stop him.
You bring up a great point that I actually wanted to bring up before all this. Podcast ain't over yet, folks. The reason why I think Skypiea inevitably falls short, and why I didn't like it nearly as much as Alabasta, is because one, the stakes weren't there. We've talked about that. But two, in Alabasta, and I mentioned this when we were talking about it, the Straw Hats happened to the plot. They came in, and while they knew the revolution was happening, but we knew that arcs had advanced with Vivi, and so there was more of a build-up, so it didn't feel so forced. We knew, and they specifically went there because of Vivi, and so there was a reason behind them going there, and we knew they were going to arrive to this rebellion, so it all made sense, right?
Yeah.
And then they arrive, and they're taking their time, and Luffy's like, let's just go beat the crap out of Crocodile instead. And so they do. So they're like happening to the rebellion more than the other way around.
The Alabasta, it's like relatively pretty organic, the way decisions are made, the way events happen, and like how they navigate through those events. It's organic.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Skypiea, they arrive, everything is already happening. It just so happens they arrive like the day before he's about to build his golden ship and destroy everything. It's not like they put that into action, or like what they did caused that. It's like that was already what was happening. They just happened to arrive on this fucking Sky Island a day before it was gonna get destroyed. So you have that, which already immediately I'm kind of like, ugh, that's... Yeah. I kind of hate that.
It's a little cliche-y.
Yeah. And then take it where it's like completely separated from the world entirely on top of that.
Yeah,
It's
like
there's
anything
nothing
that
to
happens
grab
up here is
onto.
not going to have any consequence down there.
Yeah.
We're in like this isolated bubble of events.
Yeah. And then, see, I'm fine with him still going to the moon. I'm fine with his plan still going through. That's fine with me. That's a different end. Because you would expect them to stop him, and they didn't. But, how it all happened was just... It was hard to invest yourself in it, for sure.
Yeah.
100% agree.
And I'd like to point out that the reason I'm fine with him going to the moon is that I don't see any consequence to him going to, like, that's not an evil plan. It's just a guy who wants to go to the moon.
It's
Like-
true. He doesn't seem to have any, like, alternative motives here. He just wants to go chill on the moon.
Yeah. It's like, all right, dog. See ya.
What if in, like, episode 700, a lightning bolt comes down from the moon and just destroys the Straw Hat ship? Just out of the blue. How badass would that be?
It cuts to Noru like, you made things mildly inconvenient for me years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He's just like, is it Odin who or
Thor?
Is it
Or
Thor?
no, Zeus. It's Zeus.
Zeus? It's Zeus.
Yeah.
Yes. Zeus is just throwing the lightning bolts like the fucking Hercules ass lightning
Yeah.
bolts. Anyway, I agree. Skypiea falls short. Not as
Yeah.
good as Alabasta, and who knows? We've got a couple arcs. We got the G8 arc, which we'll be experiencing together.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. After that, we got another arc that's going to be your first OnePiece arc.
Oh boy.
Yes, because I'm not going to make you suffer through that. I could though. But you'll thank me later. And then we're into our next large arc, such as Skypiea.
Okay.
It's like Skypiea, Alabasta levels of large. So,
Okay.
how you
Looking
doing?
forward to it.
How you doing? We've been going at this a long time.
So I was talking to Lisa about it, and I put on an episode to watch with her.
Oh no.
She's never seen One Piece.
Well, you can't
And
just
so-
plop her in the middle.
Oh, that's what I did. And the intro was going, and I was like, "Oh, that's Luffy. He wants to be king of the pirates. That's Snoopy. She's there."
She was hooked immediately, wasn't she?
So we're watching this, and periodically throughout the episode, I look over to her, and she's like drifting off to sleep. I'm like, "Hey, wake up."
You're waking her up. Just let the woman sleep.
I have to go through this. She does.
Oh my god. Well, in her defense, you can't just plop somebody in the middle of something and expect them to understand what's going on and be invested.
I
But
say all this because I was so envious that I wanted also to sleep, but I knew I had to stay awake to pay attention. I understood.
Oh, yeah, that's been open the whole time. Fair. So you said that didn't answer my question though. How you doing? So we have been going. What episode are we on? Like 180? Are we in the 200s now?
We're close to 200. We are like 195, I believe.
Let me take a look here. We are at 195. So next week we'll be breaking the 200 mark. Which will get us 1/5 of the way through this series.
My God.
How's the burnout going?
You learn to ride it.
You learned to ride.
You become one with the burnout, and then you can just go.
All right. Do you need a break?
Nah,
We good?
we good. If I take a break, then I'm never gonna want to start again.
So what you're telling me is that I should never give you a break, and we just need to cruise to the end.
Yes.
All right. So be it. I was gonna offer it to you, but
Nope.
at least you're honest with yourself.
This is a one season show, Wade.
This is a one-season show.
Yeah.
This is a show to binge from start
Yeah.
to finish. All right, G8 next week, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching, and
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.